digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh, I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Big night, big test. Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool under the lights. Pressure everywhere, zero room for passengers. Spurs coming in with questions to answer. Liverpool smelling blood. But this is our ground, our club. And nights like these are where seasons return. Can we stand up? Can we fight? Or is it another long night for Spurs fans? Step in and let's talk Tottenham versus Liverpool. Big up, guys. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the pre-game thoughts. Of course, with me, Dermot, aka Dermatron. And of course, Big James, of course, there. And of course, Tequila will be joining us in a few minutes as we talk everything Spurs versus Liverpool. James, how are you, bud? A while since you've been on the channel, but how are you, bud?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Big up everybody. Thanks very much for joining us. It has been a while. It has. Life gets in the way, work gets in the way. Been really busy. I think the last time I was on was the watch along. Was it the Newcastle game?
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah, it has been
Fulham.
a while.
Is it Fulham? No, Newcastle. It was Newcastle. Yeah.
No, it was Newcastle. Yeah, definitely Newcastle. Yeah, so many apologies, guys, for not being around as much, unfortunately. Big James has a big full-time job.
I thought you were going to say something else then.
Yeah, Big James has a big knob. Never mind.
And he just comes out and says it. There goes that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plob, I said. Plob, not what you were thinking, you dirty-minded sod. How are you, T?
I'm all right, hanging in there. Are we all ready for Christmas? Do we all celebrate Christmas? If I don't know if people do in the chat or not, but it's 5 days away now.
I've got the tree up behind.
Yeah.
I got my
give it for Christmas
tomorrow. My decoration.
What? You're a bit late, Dermo.
Well, I've had a lot going on recently. That's why they're a bit late going up this year, to be fair. Also, I wrote this other intro as well. It's a funny intro. So welcome back, everyone. It's Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool. Yes, that Liverpool. The ones who press perform while we press the panic button. Spurs fans arriving in hope in one hand and emotional damage in the other. Can we actively turn up tonight, or are we about to make Salah look like he's playing FIFA on beginner mode? Either way, buckle up, because being a Spurs fan is never boring. Unfortunately, let's get into it. We are playing Liverpool. We did play them round this time last year, I think on the 20th, and we lost 6-3. Is anyone expecting a Tottenham win tomorrow apart from me?
A bit of tumbleweed's going to roll past the screen.
Do you know what? I wish we had that actually happening at the time.
Someone create a graphic for some tumbleweed and put it in.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm the only one that thinks Spurs might win tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're on your own on that one, Dermo.
I don't mind dying on that hill. I will die on that hill. We've got a few things going through as well, guys. Yes, we do have a talk a little bit about the press conference, what our mighty leader has had to say. Hope he gets the sack anytime soon. Yeah, so we're going to go to that. We're going to go through the stats. The stats don't mean pretty reading either, guys. Everything points to a Liverpool win. But me being the overall optimism of delusional that we're going to win tomorrow. I always back my team to win. Never back them to lose. Never have, never will. I would die supporting Tottenham. We can win the league. The day I die is the day we'll win the league. It's going to happen. When I'm 92 years of age, Spurs will win the league, and I'll die after that. I die a happy man. Big up to Giant68. Big up. Dermo, big up to you. Giant Speed says, I'm going for an optimistic 2-2 draw. That's good. That's good. That's good. Big up the rain. He says, it's going to be a tough game like always against Liverpool. No, it's not. We're going to beat Liverpool. Liverpool's shit. Liverpool's so shit, it's unreal. Big up to Ask James. Big up. He's saying good evening, everyone from Big James. Big up to Nicholas Connor. Big up Dermo and chat. Big up to you, Niall. How are you doing, Niall? He says big up James. Everyone's saying big up to James and Tequila to you two guys. Look, let's be serious, right? Look, it's tomorrow. I call tonight's show "What Are We About?" It is about what we're about, isn't it? It's about us turning up and showing that they deserve to wear that shirt. But are you really confident that these players will turn up? And if they do, what does that say about the players? Because they didn't turn up on Sunday.
No, and is it going to be one of those where it's a big game and they surprise us all and they do turn up and they step up for us? They have a tendency to do that sometimes, although sometimes they have a tendency they can completely and utterly disappear in the big games. Look, I don't rightfully know what Tottenham's going to turn up tomorrow. I think it's going to be a hard game regardless of what Tottenham turn up, because will Liverpool getting that win in midweek and at the weekend, is it going to give them a little bit of confidence? Is it going to give them a little bit of a boost? Yeah, sure it is. We've just got to be ready to capitalise on any mistake that they make and stand up tall. That's pretty much what I can say as from the game, as the game's perspective, is we've got to stand up tall. We've got to be accountable for his decisions. One thing that would surprise, probably thing is, I don't know if Dermo is going to put together a show on lineups, but
yeah, there will be.
I'm sorry, I've dropped Vicario for my starting lineup. I just think he's become too much of a liability this season. Too many mistakes. Don't get me wrong, he's made big saves, but he's cost us too many points, too many games of stupid mistakes. And I think it's time we give Kinski a run out and find out what he is all about. Is he going to be the goalkeeper that can take over from Vicario and we can rely on it, or do we look into the January transfer window?
Yeah, which there is a pre-record coming out the next couple of days about the January transfer window. We've got loads of news coming in from all our sources that we use on this channel. I've got so much, it's unreal. But there will be a pre-record coming out about who we're going for, who's going out, who's potentially going out, who's potentially staying in. So we are going to cover that. I think it'll come out during the week. I think it's coming out on what we're doing, because Christmas next week. It might come out St. Stephen's Day. Yeah, that's when that show will come out. It'll be pre-recorded well before, because we're actually
Boxing Day to everyone in England, just in case.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
I would say for anybody else who doesn't know what St. Stephen's Day is, that would be Boxing Day.
Do you know what? I always say that as well. I always do. Stephen's Day, that is Boxing. I just totally didn't forget it. Sorry. Thank you, Tequila, and James for that.
No
So
worries.
that will
It's
be
what we're
going
here
out. Yeah, so they will be going out. There's also a stream going out on Christmas Day from us three. No, we're not live on Christmas Day. No, we'll be too busy doing other things. Yeah, as for the channel, just to put it out there, guys, I'm doing an hour show on Christmas Eve. There's a few people coming on. We're going to have a bit of fun. And then from Christmas Eve to the 28th, there will be no show. Well, there'll be pre-records, but there'll be no live shows until match day on the 28th. So I'm having a few days off. I'm having 3 days off, and I'm going to enjoy myself for them 3 days, and I'm going to relax and do nothing. I'm playing my PlayStation. That's what I'm going to do for 3 days, and play Avengers and try to beat Murdoch with his big head. But Tequila, look, with the team, with the predicted lineup coming out tomorrow, I'm not going to say what I've done, but I have dropped a few players, 1 or 2. What do you think of Bergville and the midfield? Now, we've always started with Palunia, Bentancur, and Xavi in the middle. Do we need to change it up in midfield in your case? Put a Bergville, Archie Gray, and a Xavi. Do you think that's a better midfield than a Palunia? Or how would you mix it up, bud, for against Liverpool?
I could be really cynical, shock,
Yeah.
I know, and say that it actually doesn't matter.
True.
But I know that's the quality analysis you guys come for. But let's say I don't go that route. I think our best midfield combination, at least for me, is probably Bergville and Palunia. I think that gives us the best balance. I still think we're desperately missing a playmaker in the middle of the park, a passer. Somebody's got a good pass on the mirror. I mean, a really good passer. I thought we needed that in the summer. We didn't get it. Gibbs White would have been perfect, but it is what it is. So I'd go with Bergville and Palunia, I guess. If that answers your question, Dem, I think that's.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
I don't think it's going to matter that much, but it would be that too. Yeah.
But wouldn't it be so Tottenham tomorrow to actually turn up and beat the Feckers? It would be Tottenham, wouldn't it? It really would be Spursy. It would be so Spursy. I mean, look.
Dermo, we'll be getting to the loyal fans comment, won't we? I brought that to your attention, didn't I?
We are. I have got that in my list of questions, actually. But I've got the thing. Look,
running out of patience with him.
I've been ahead of you in this one. Do you know? Welcome to my club. Doors open. Free drink. You get a free bottle of champagne when you walk in. You get a nice lady on your arm. Do you know? That's what you get in this club. Oh dear, I'm in so much trouble.
Don't say nothing.
I'm just keeping my mouth shut on that one, Dermo.
Yeah. Well, Mrs. Tron is a gorgeous woman, so she's on my arm. So there you go.
But that makes it sound even worse.
Yeah, but I've got out of it. I'm clever. You know, I'm Del Boy. He who dares wins. That's maybe should have him as manager, Del Boy and Rodney. That might do a better job. Uncle Albert as the first trainer. But look, let's go and talk about then. Let's talk about Thomas Frank. And I want to welcome a few people there. I'm so rude I didn't do that. There's more. Big up to Queen Ellie as well. Big up to you, Ellie. Hope you're doing well. We have to stand up 100 feet tall to beat the Scousers. Let me know if you're going to the game tomorrow, Ellie. Let me know. Big up to We Are Spurs. We Are Spurs TV. Good stream yesterday with Savra and Dave. And Dave the Archer. No, I enjoyed it. It was good. Savra's coming back on again next week. We're getting him on before Christmas and hopefully doing a bit more with him in the new year. So I'm looking forward to that. A lot of what he said, actually, Tequila's been saying for months. So you lot need to listen to Tequila more.
Yeah, me and Sava do tend to agree on a lot. I don't know if that's good for either one of us. Probably worth for him.
Yeah, I just can't believe that January is going to be a big disappointment for people expecting movement. I hope they'll be proven wrong.
Rain, mate, you're not alone, bruv. I'm not expecting much, mate.
Well, we've seen what our sources have told us. Believe me, if they think he's not going to change, I'm not going to say I've told you so. That's all I'm going to say. I told you so. big up to Erwin as well. Big up. Hope you and the missus and the little one are doing well, Erwin. Hope they're all fine. I bet the little one's looking forward to Santi coming as well. So we better be good, lads, because Santa is watching this stream. He's a massive Spurs fan, so we have to behave ourselves. Hi, Dermot, James, and everyone in chat. Hope everyone's keeping well. Happy Christmas to you all and your families. Big up to you. Same to you, bud. Hope you have a fantastic time.
Merry Christmas, Erwin.
Big up, mate.
I have one Spurs King. I have actually Stardew, so I'm going to come back to that. That's the next talking point. David, hi from there. So I hope we're well in chat. Big up to you, Dave. How you doing, Bob? We've got David Clark. One of my aunts has lived in Catford my entire life. The other in Harrow. That's big to you. That was a question I was asking. Then we're going to get to the Frank thing. That was it. For me, I think he's got to go with youth tomorrow. For some reason, and I'll tell you why. I think going with Palhinha and Bentancur is a recipe for disaster. They're going to bully our midfield. If you put the likes of Archie Gray and Bergville in that midfield, I think they're going to give you more than what Palhinha and Bentancur would. And I think A, they're going to work harder. B, they're going to be more determined. And C, they're going to give 100%. Palhinha doesn't. And all these people slagging off Archie Gray for that goal against Forest need to hang your head in shame. It wasn't his fault. You look at it. You look at it. I'm not a goalkeeper, right? But even me, as an untrained goalkeeper, James has played in goal. I know Colin played at a higher level. You tell me, Colin, James, you're the goalkeeper. You know,
yeah, I mean, as a goalkeeper, you don't.
You don't. Gray's fault.
No, I mean, the way the ball's come to him, it's been, look, football players should be adaptable and be able to use both feet. Yeah, ideally, that would be an ideal situation. But every player, regardless of who you are in the world, they have a weaker foot. Vicario's not just passed it to Gray's weaker foot, he's pinged it at him. He's literally pinged it along to him, onto his weaker foot. He's had to take a touch. I mean, yes, he could drop his shoulder and he could turn and he's let the ball run across his body and things like that. But he doesn't know what's behind him. He doesn't know if he drops his shoulder and tries to turn the ball is going to run into problems. So he's tried to take a touch. He's had no shout and it's a heavy touch with his weak foot. And the Forest lads run onto it and picked it. I mean, the kid looked absolutely devastated when that happened. And it doesn't help that you've got Vicario screaming at him. What's that doing to his confidence? If a defender or a defensive midfielder makes a mistake which costs a goal, then yes, I agree. Don't berate him, but give him just sort of like, you need to do better. But Vicario completely berates him, and the only reason why he berates him is because he realised he'd messed up.
Yeah,
he realised it was his ball, and he was berating him to take the onus off of himself, and again his fuck up.
I mean, Tequila James is right. I mean, you're the goalkeeper, aren't you, James? You've played in goal, so has Colin, to a slightly high level. I mean, me, Tequila, no disrespect to you guys, we're just. I played to county level, and I'm sure Tequila's played football in the past as well to some sort of level. But it's all about common sense, isn't it? If in doubt, give it a pounce. I mean, how can the defenders, Tequila, whoever plays in front of him tomorrow, trust their goalkeeper that they can trust him 100%? They can't. James has already said with his predicted lineup, and send that over to me, by the way. I'll get that up for tomorrow because I may do a live tomorrow as the match day build up. But how can you trust Kingski if he's got no confidence, Tequila? So then, you're looking at Brandon Austin going and goal? I mean, do you think in January or the summer, do they have to look at a goalkeeper? And we done that big thing the other night, didn't we, on James Trafford? Who would you bring in?
I'd keep Vicario.
Yeah.
That's my answer. Look, I'm not saying he hasn't made mistakes. Of course he has. It's obvious. But it wasn't that long ago where we were all kissing his ass for his performance in Monaco. So
I wasn't.
Yeah, but you know that the overall team performance. I know how you felt like that, but you know as well as I do that without him, how many would they have got? So
they would have done. Now I get your
So
point.
my point is, I'm not saying that he's an amazing goalkeeper, but I think we're all acting like he's just completely gone to the dogs, and that's probably not true. He could be in a bad run of form. That part can happen to every player. But to say is all of a sudden that he's not a decent keeper, I'm not saying he's a world beater or anything, but he was, when we first signed him, we thought he was pretty good. We thought, well, we've got ourselves a bargain here. Not many of us really had ever heard of him, to be honest. Let's be honest, we didn't. But we thought, we've got ourselves a bargain here. This looks like a good keeper. Then the end of his first season, he started to get knocked off the ball in set piece and stuff, and we started to see some kinks in his game, which is fine. Every keeper's got them. It just feels a little bit like he has made mistakes. I'm not saying he hasn't, but we're always looking for some scapegoat, and it just seems that right now he is that player. He does himself no favors, by the way, with how he has, as James correctly put, by how he acts, by shouting at Archie Gray. He's not doing himself any favors. He's also not doing himself any favors when he comes out and says some of the silly things he says in his press conferences. We both know what he said. So I'm not defending him that much because a lot of it is brought on himself. But I'm just saying I don't honestly believe that he's just become this train wreck overnight. He's going through a bad patch, and I think there's a lot of other reasons. And some of it is on him, but I think there's a bit more going on around a lot of players, and he is a part of the problem. But I wouldn't say he is the problem. So this whole to get another keeper in, unless there's some amazing option out there for us, I mean, a significant option for us, then bringing in Kinski or bringing in, I mean, I can't believe you can't seriously want Austin. I mean,
that's the point, isn't it? That's the problem we have. We haven't got a reliable, experienced keeper to come in, because maybe Vicario needs to be taken out for a game or two. Let him reset his head. Let him reset what he's got to reset. We haven't got a keeper we know that can go in the goal and we can trust. You can't trust Kinski and you can't trust Austin. We did have Fraser Foster, and we did. Look, I said, I don't know if it was you, Tequila, I said about how about Kasper Schmeichel as a backup. He's experienced. He's played in the Premier League. If we had a keeper like that, and would you drop Vicario for a few games if we had a more experienced keeper as a backup?
Well, if we had somebody that I felt wasn't going to be a massive drop off in quality, then yeah, I mean, and that is what happens that's what happens in most teams. That's why you're meant to have two competitive players for each position. So if one of the players does go off the ball for a little while, you can bring somebody in who's not going to be a massive drop off. But in my opinion, our two other goalkeepers, and once again, this is down to the recruitment problems. In my opinion, they're two massive drop-offs. And before people say like Kinski, I'm just saying, wasn't it not that long ago, Dermo, when me and you heard the rumours, apparently he's regressed in training, and now we're going to throw him in?
Why is he regressed in training?
I don't know. I'm not on the training, but we heard that we all got the same reports. I don't know. It might not be true. For all I know, I'm not on the training pitch. I can only go on the snippets of information that we all get. My point is, though, is that why are we going to throw him in if he's not? If he himself is not playing well in training, why are you going? What's he being rewarded for then? If he's not doing any well in training, why is he going to get the nod?
And there's another player as well I want to talk about as well. Your favourite player, by the way, at the moment, Tequila, Lord Porro of Tottenham. I mean, look, we got your doggy out, so I understand we can't play Gent Spence in there, but in January, James, do you think? I know we're probably not going to be busy in January, but next summer, do you want to upgrade on Porro? Do you want to upgrade on Vicario? Do you want to upgrade on Bentancur?
Yeah.
But do you trust? I mean, everyone knows my feelings on Enoch and Viv and Charlie and Vinay, and Keeler does try to say that I'm best mates with them. I'm not.
They're going to be on a phone to you. You keep hammering like this, Dermo.
Well, they are sending out the plane for you tomorrow to bring you in first.
We all know that Dermo's not having Christmas dinner with them. He was meant to, but they've heard some of his streams lately and they've just cancelled that shit.
You're going instead, aren't you?
I'd love to go, mate. Free meal.
Yeah. James, so what's your thought on Enoch and the board? I don't trust them. Tequila's prepared to give them to the summer. I think Tequila's right. I think I'm more heart and sleeve on it. Where are you on it? Because we haven't had your thoughts on it. Where are you with the board?
I'm all about giving them a chance. So with myself, I would say I'd give my, whether or not it's, I would probably glean my own opinion sort of towards the end of next summer, because that gives them, because right now is that they've had no transfer window themselves as outright people who were running the club. They had a few days at the end of the summer window, at which point Daniel Levy may have already spent all the money that was available, or he didn't spend it all, but what he'd left him was they were then making snap decisions because they'd not really had a chance to do their due diligence, so to speak. So winter windows are notoriously difficult. We all know this. So I will sort of reserve my judgment for them as of at the end of next summer. Do I think they should go? No, I don't think they should just yet. I think the club has gone through so much tumultuous and high turnover of everything that's going off in the background, and backroom staff, upper management, boardroom level, things like that. There's been so much of a change. I think now is the time where cooler heads need to prevail, and we need to just sort of think, okay, let's let that settle down a little bit on the boardroom level and the higher management levels. I'm not talking about Thomas Frank or anything like that. I'm just talking about the upper echelons of the management team, of the owners and the running, day-to-day running, the Vinay's, the Carringtons. Let's let the dust settle around that for a little bit, because there's already rumour of the next man coming in with this guy from Man City.
Yeah.
So let's let all that happen and then see how that filters down to the pitch level. And I think that's where I'm at with it. I'm not saying I'm ENIC out, and I'm not saying I'm ENIC in. I'm very much sort of, I'm prepared to give them time before I make my decision on it. And that people might accuse me of sitting on the fence of it, but that's where I'm at.
Do you know what? You're very much, and he's taking much sort of your view, hasn't he, Tequila? Sort of.
It's more or less 100. It's more or less 100% the same as mine. It's like I said, they need until the end, not until the summer, till the end of the summer transfer window. And because I want to see, it's not only about the money we spend, but I want to see us stop being so reactionary. I want, because that was for my liking, that was one of Daniel Levy's biggest problems. He wasn't proactive; he was reactive. So he never seemed to have a plan. And the key words he always used to use: if there's an opportunity, we will. Screw if there's an opportunity. You need to plan. You need to move fast, and you need to pay up. That's something that Levy did not ever really want to do. If they want an extra $5 million, I'm afraid you pay it.
100%.
You pay it. You might not want to. I'm sure he didn't want to. But if it's going to help out the football team in the long run by getting a player in early into the pre-season so we can get a proper pre-season, it gives the manager and the team a bigger chance of doing it, then get them in. Don't piss about for another 6 weeks trying to negotiate it to the exact million because you feel that you've got to win the negotiation. So that gives you your endorphin release because he's got to win he's got to win it. He's got to win it. This is what I don't want to see anymore, Dermo. And I'm hoping with the ego that was Daniel Levy out of the way now, that whoever it is who does a negotiation, if it's Vinny or whoever it is they employ to do that, will actually try and think of the actual overall team and the overall club in the long term rather than just his ego and trying to win a negotiation. This is the stuff that I want to know.
I get that
in the next year.
Yeah, I mean, look, for me, I slightly disagree with you and Tequila. My view is
want them now. You just want them gone now.
Yeah, because why would you protest the one ENIC out, Levy out? right? And you do all that protest, and just because Levy goes, Enoch is still there. Just because there's new heads, it's like fucking Hydra. You cut one head off, two comes up in its place. It's still it's still the same evil organization that wants to take over the world. I mean, Enoch is still there. It doesn't mean, for what I'm reading, from all the information I'm reading for January, the words here, expectation is going to be a quiet window. Hey, presto, it's the same as every freaking window. It's quiet. Unless something sensible moves, and they're not looking to splash out and get what we need in the January window. I know January's hard, but this is Enoch all over. I don't care if it's you've got Paratici. He's been hamstrung by the money Enoch put in. Enoch needed to put in 300 million for January and the summer, right? And are we going to back this manager? That's the other question. We're going to make a decision with this manager. If you're going to back him with his players and then sack the manager, then why have you bought his players for? Because it's another manager that we're not buying for. It was said yesterday in Savas, I'm trying to get this right. So, Tequila, you watched this, so do correct me if I'm wrong. But Savas said, we've got to buy players for the club that fit the club's philosophy, not a manager's philosophy. So if they got to get a manager that marries up to the club's philosophy. We can't keep going from an attacking defensive manager all the time, because you're never going to have the right players to fit that manager. And for me, I want them gone now. I want somebody to come in, fresh start, fresh everything. I understand your point of view, guys, and I respect it, and I respect it more than you know, and I think you're right to your opinion. That's what makes football go round. Everyone with different opinions. That's what makes the game it is. But for me, 25 years proves to me this ownership will never change. It doesn't mean it's just because Vinay's in there now and Charlie's in there and Viv's in there and Viv Lewis and Charrington's in the boardroom. Doesn't mean they're going to suddenly start splashing the couch because they've got control of whatever part of Enoch they've got control of from Daddy Lewis. Daddy Lewis may be 90 walking around with a 21-year-old on his boat in the Bahamas somewhere, but I guarantee you he's still got his fingers in Tottenham somewhere along the line. And they will have to go to him or go to his lawyers to get permission. Can we spend this amount of money? We need a complete clean slate at Tottenham. And we're never going to win anything. We're never going to get there. Hang on. And we're never going to clean slate or get there long Enoch is still here.
So, given what you've read, Dermo, with regards to it could be potentially a quiet window for not expecting major moves and shakes.
Yeah.
So, do you think then? Here's a question, just quickly. I'll pitch it to you both. Do you think that there's going to be no major moves or shakes because they're saving the money for the following summer when they've replaced the manager again?
Then what's the point then?
That's what I would do, James. That's literally what I said. That's why I don't want us to spend any money in January, because I don't believe honestly that Frank is our manager next season. So that doesn't mean I want him out, by the way, before people start jumping. It's not saying we should fire him. But I don't think that he is. I don't think he will be. That's what I mean.
No. But what happens if we lose heavily tomorrow and the fans turn around? The fans are going to be well oiled because it is around Christmas. It's a 5:30 kickoff. What happens if we lose 4-5-0 tomorrow? You know full well every Tottenham fan up and down the country on every stream is going to be, I've had enough. This clown has to go, or this manager has to go. And do you know, Tequila being the sensible one out of the lot of us, I'm Tequila's more, no disrespect to you, Tequila, but you take the Spock way of looking at it, the logical way of looking at things. Please don't take that as, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, by the way.
It's fine, Bev. Oh, you're right.
I hope you take that as a compliment. James, you're probably the same. You're not as, you're sort of like me and you're sort of like Tequila, so you're 50-50.
James gets to be the lucky one in the middle, don't you, James?
Yeah. I do.
The meat in a sandwich, that sounds wrong.
Yeah. James, for me, it's a bit like I was on Enoch, in the middle. Don't want them out, don't want them in, but I'm in the middle. And he's a bit more frank. Don't want them out, don't want them in, but he's in the middle. For me, I want him to prove me wrong. I don't know how much I'd have to repeat myself I'm not Frank out, but I want him to prove me wrong. If he can prove me wrong, that he's the manager to take us forward, then he will get my support. But at the moment, he's proven to me he's not good enough. He's not capable of managing a big club like Tottenham Hotspur. We're not a small club. Tottenham Hotspur are still a big club. I don't care what anyone says. We are a massive club. Our name is all around the world. Tottenham Hotspur, the first team to win the FA Cup as a non-league side, the first team to do the double, the first team to win 2 European trophies, the first team that won a trophy from 1951 to 2008 in every decade. And whatever happens, I want a manager I can believe in. I can trust that he has our trust in him. And the shit he's coming out with, like with one Spurs King here, are you loyal? I mean, for fuck's sake, how dare he ask us about being loyal? He's only been in the club 5 minutes. He hasn't got a right to ask us are we being loyal. And you got the players having a pop at us. People seem to forget that we are the football club. If we have no fans, there's no football club. Look at the pandemic. They still play football, but it wasn't football because we weren't there. And for me, it has to change. Everything has to change. I agree with Tequila. Burn the whole thing down and start again.
Yep.
Start it, burn it out. The spirit of Tequila put it perfectly the other night. If anyone watches Mateus Tail rant, it is up on the channel. Please give it a watch because that is Tottenham in a nutshell with Mateus Tail. And another thing, you said this as well, Tequila, I think. Tottenham have a body, which means, James, that Tottenham have the financial mind. They've got the stadium.
They've got a very nice body. It's like dating a really pretty girl. She's just got nothing in between the eyes. I suppose.
No soul.
Or in the heart. Yeah.
No soul. The Bill Nick spirit has gone. So look, let's get on to this one. Let's get on about Frank and the loyal fan thing. James, look, how long have you been supporting Tottenham? Just first off, bud.
40 plus years.
Right, I'm coming. January, I'll be 44 years supporting this football club, right? And you're probably around the same 41, 42, probably.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 years between us, isn't there? You're 2 years younger than me. So, so 42 years. Tequila, you've been supporting the club for how long? 31 years, 32 years?
No, it's about 27.
27 years. Well, 28 years in January.
It's about 98, give or take, I think.
So how dare this manager come in? I've never known another manager to call out only the loyal fans, and Porro did it as well. How dare he?
I can think of another manager who started calling out the fans, but I've got to be careful what I say, haven't I?
No, Ange said the same thing again. Yes, he did, and I got a backlash for that as well.
It was when we cheered for Man City were beating us. Because it meant that Arsenal couldn't win the title. But to me, that showed that we were loyal fans. Because, yes, we knew we couldn't do much that season, but we damn well didn't want our freaking closest and hardest rivals to do anything either. So, of course, we were peed off, but we were losing. Nobody wanted us to lose, but if we were losing, it doesn't really matter because it stops Arsenal winning league. That's what I think Ange didn't get. That's the difference between managers who come into a club and supporters who follow a club. They see short-term goals. Managers see, supporters see everything. So, I mean, that's my opinion on the matter anyway. And he didn't like it, and he threw his teddies a little bit, and so be it.
I can't help them. But I'm seeing history repeating itself. The only thing is different. The only thing is different is that one liked attacking football, one doesn't. I'm seeing so many of the same things repeating itself. I'm seeing the manager now taking shots at the fans. I said a couple of weeks ago, Frank needs to shut up and get on with it, and he's not
on with his job.
He's not. He again has gone in. When I saw that press conference and I saw the tagline, I thought to myself, "This is exactly the same thing with Ange." The only difference is that they've got completely different ideologies. So their philosophies on football are very, very different. It's so similar in so many ways. I feel like I'm on repeat. Is this a rerun? Because I feel like I'm on repeat.
No, can I just say, when that did happen last year, I was not one of those who said I want Tottenham to lose because Arsenal win the league. I was totally against that, and I think anyone that wanted Tottenham to lose, I think you need to give your head a wobble.
I think
was never
the point I was trying to make with that demo. I never wanted us to lose. I wanted us to win, but it was sort of that opinion of, okay, we're not going to win this game, or we're now 2-0 down. So okay, let's look at. It's that saying in it. Always look on the bright side of life. Yeah, or every cloud has a silver lining. Right, the looking at the bright side of life was okay, we're 2-0 down and we're going to lose, but Arsenal aren't winning the title. The silver lining, Arsenal aren't winning the title.
Yeah,
that's the point I was getting at. I wasn't meaning to say that we should have been happy.
No, I
that
wasn't
we were
saying
losing.
you, by the way. I was the way I didn't get it right, but the point I'm making was we want one of the channels that was saying that, agreeing with that.
No,
I couldn't give
we
a
weren't.
shit if Arsenal won the title. It would bother me for 2 days. I'll get over it. It doesn't bother me what they do. There are arch rivals, hate them to bits, but I'm not going to let them ruin my summer just because they've won the title. Yes, they've won the title, so what? But they've never won a European trophy like we did last year. You know, they're going to bottle the league again this year, to be fair. I think Man City will win the league this year. I think Arsenal are going to bottle again. Aston Villa are in there. Aston Villa could spring a surprise and win the league. So, look, it doesn't bother me, but Tequila's right, isn't he? The manager has to shut up and get on with his job.
Yeah.
You know,
don't worry about the fans.
No.
Improve the results on the pitch, and the fans will miraculously fall into line. Keep on producing shit results on the pitch, and the fans will ride you like donkeys.
Yeah, I look, Tequila. If he loses heavily tomorrow, right? Which I think a lot of people expect us to. I mean, I'm probably one in the minority that I don't think we will. Do you think the club will be? They've already backed him. They've already given him the dreaded vote of confidence. With January coming up, Tequila, and Christmas, do you think the club, if they've got somebody in mind, do you think they might be pushed into making the decision? If the fans turn and it turns toxic tomorrow, do you think the club will then be pushed into making that decision?
No, I hope not.
Well,
no.
I know you hope, Dom, but hypothetically, right? Hypothetically, we lose tomorrow. There's rumors going around he's lost half the dressing room anyway. But if the big players go to the owners and say, "Look, this manager has to go," we all know what we do think on that. The players have to go too. But do you think, Vinay? Do you think the new board will act, or do you think they'll do what Levy never did, was support a manager through the really tough times?
I would like to think they won't I would like to think they won't kowtow to the fans, particularly. Yeah. It is going to be a test of their characters if we assume that there's new people in charge, even though it's the same company. They obviously will never have felt this backlash, because the backlash would, of course, always gone on Levy before. So it will be interesting to see how they do react. I would only want them to even consider it. I've said before, the only reason I'd think about getting rid of Frank would be a honest to God large chance of relegation. You can't take that risk, right? Which we're not in yet. We could be in a month's time.
We could be 17th if results go against us this weekend.
Yeah. So, but as of right now, I'll say we're not as of this minute, but we easily could be thrown into it. Then if you get to February or March, in my mind, and you are within touching distance of the teams below you, the 3 teams, then I do think then you kind of have to you can't afford to take the risk. Assuming we don't get there, unless they have earmarked a proper, long-term, well-thought-out replacement who is available and willing to come in this minute, almost right away, which I don't believe at all that they have, then no way do I want them to change. And I don't care what the fans say. I don't care if Liverpool beat us 10-0. I'll stand by this. If Liverpool beat us 10-0 tomorrow, I will not ask for Frank to be sacked. Because I would not judge a manager with these resources, right, against last year's champions who've just spent 300, 400 million, however much it was.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, they haven't lived up to what we all thought. But don't think like man for man, they don't absolutely annihilate us on every level, with the exception maybe at centre half. On every other level, they are absolutely miles ahead of us. Right? Even if Liverpool spank us tomorrow, I still won't be Frank out, because I don't judge a Tottenham manager on how we play against Liverpool, who are light years ahead of us. I'll judge the manager on us losing to Fulham. I'll judge the manager on us drawing at home to Wolves, which in hindsight, oh my God, we drew at home to Wolves. Have you seen Wolves this season?
That was bad. That was embarrassing.
Us drawing at home to Wolves is a much bigger indictment of a problem than us getting hammered tomorrow by Liverpool. So
yeah, I get
that the fan. I understand why, but the fans will judge him on it. Me, I don't, because I never expect us to win these matches.
But the question is, would you be surprised if Tottenham sack Frank if we get beat heavily tomorrow?
Yes, I would be.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
And look, I admire your honesty, Tequila. I admire you sticking to your guns. And I think that has to be respected. I think that has to be applauded and respected. And I think you are the Simon Jordan of this channel. You do live. You know that you are. You do live by your convictions. I mean, I am the Jim White the channel. We still haven't found who James is yet. We're still trying to work out, is he a Danny Murphy? There is a bit of Danny Murphy about him.
Wow. It's not me. It's not me saying it's James. You point.
That's it. I'm done. I'm out.
Look, he will be back in a minute. James, look, bud. He's
gone. Yep.
Oh, sorry, Joe.
A person can only take so much, don't they?
I know. He needs to be brought back.
Danny James. Swear to God.
Look, bud. The same question to you. Hypothetically, if we do lose tomorrow, would you be surprised that if they sack Thomas Frank? I mean, because I think, look, as much as I don't like Thomas Frank, I think I have to slightly agree with Tequila that you're going to have somebody ready to come in. There got to be a plan. But if the fans turn on the owners tomorrow, we know what it's like. I don't want to go.
I don't think in all honesty, if we lose, like Tequila says, if we lost 10-0 tomorrow, I don't think they would flinch. I honestly don't. And very much like what Tequila said, you look at our results against Wolves, against Fulham, against Nottingham Forest, teams who have been struggling, they play us, and we're gift wrapping them up 3 points. I mean, yes, Wolves only got a point, but Wolves have had 2 points all season.
Yeah.
When they played us, they had not got a single point.
Half of their point title, James, came against us.
Yeah. So look, will the board sack Thomas Frank tomorrow? I think we could lose 50-0 tomorrow, and the board wouldn't sack him. And I wouldn't want them to sack him. I would be fuming. I'd be certainly having words, but I wouldn't want them to sack him. It does nothing. It's like, okay, think about it this way. If you've got a car that's engines falling to pieces, that's freaking doors are falling off, that's missing windows and everything like that, and you put Lewis Hamilton in the car, or forget Lewis Hamilton, actually, you put someone, Lando Norris or Max Verstappen in the car, and said, set the fastest lap round Silverstone in that car, and then you put me in that car and said, right, go out and beat him, I'm not going to stand a chance, because I'm never going to beat him, because he's got the experience. I haven't got the experience, but it's the same clapped out car.
Yeah, but I get it.
The players are the same players. But the point I'm getting to is the players are the same players. It doesn't matter who is in charge. for players of the same players. We've got to change something inherently massive about our football club. And the only way that's going to change is over the course of transfer windows. It's got to be a slow
Yeah, but
it's
Thomas
a slow
Frank's not that
progress.
man. Thomas Frank's not that man.
Thomas Frank, but you're saying that now. Right. I'm
Right,
playing
let
devil's
me answer your
advocate.
question.
Let me just try and finish this off, Dermo, and you can ask me whatever you want. Right, when Thomas Frank was announced, right now, correct me if I'm wrong. I was the most underwhelmed host we've got. I said it's a poor. Given the people who we were linked with, it was a poor appointment. I didn't think he was the right man for the job. I still don't think he's the right man for the job. But a man can only play with the cards that he's got. If we put the best manager, if we got Jurgen Klopp, which I saw some stupid post that Jurgen Klopp were going to come to Spurs, I'm like, are you out of your mind? There's no way Jurgen Klopp's coming to us. If you got the best manager in the world and you put him in charge of us and said, right, turn this team around, he's going to be looking at us and says, well, what do you think? I'm not a fucking magician. I can't get anything better out of these players. It's the players that have got to change and they've got to adapt to Frank's system. Either adapt or leave. One of the two. That is the way. That's the only way as football players what you can do. You can either adapt to the new manager or you can leave. And that's it. And these players aren't adapting. So we need new players that will play Frank's system.
Yeah, but it is cheaper to sack a manager than it is to get rid of a player. You know that as well as I do. Clubs up and down the country.
100%. It's cheaper to get rid of a manager.
The point I don't like, Frank, I get it. And look, I was want to start the season. Frank's going to come in and do this and do that and do this. I always said I wanted Frank in before Ange. And it's on this channel, and I did say it. I said it when we did get Thomas Frank in. I thought he's going to be adaptable. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. He hasn't done anything I thought he would. But what I do believe is Thomas Frank, we cannot keep going on as we're going on. It's broken. If a manager has lost the respect and he's lost the trust of the players, how can a manager manage? Because whatever the manager does, the players are not going to do because they've lost the respect and the trust for that manager. Now, wherever you think of Ange Postecoglou, wherever you think he was an idiot or he was a good manager, and he's a very decisive figure in the fan base. The players adored him. The players respected him. So I think whoever came in after him, it was going to be a difficult job to begin with anyway, because that manager has to earn the players' trust. Where I think it's gone wrong, the players have disrespected Thomas Frank publicly, which I think is a disgrace. You don't disrespect your manager publicly. I don't care who you are or what you are. Secondly, Frank has not helped himself one iota with the fans by calling out the fans, backing Porro, saying what Porro said. Porro needs to come out and apologize for what he said about us fans. Thirdly, he's always praising other teams to the hilt. It drives me fucking mad when he does that. Show the team respect by showing them a bit of disrespect. Tell them they're gonna come up against us tomorrow because we're gonna do A, B, and C. All right. He's manager of us. He's not manager of match of the day, where he's got to be respectful for everyone. And I agree with you. Something is broken within the club. The club's got no soul. I think that starts from the owners. I think it starts from 25 years of Levy's legacy. I think it starts with the owners, the players, the manager. Everything needs to go. And this is where I agree with Tequila. The whole thing needs burning down and starting again. Because you can replace the players. But you can replace the manager. But there's still the main point why it's broken is because of the owners. Everything should filter down from the top. There should be a connection from the fans to the players, to the manager, to the board. Everyone should be fighting in one way going forward. At the moment, we're going in 6 or 7 different ways. We've got the players going in one direction, the owners going in another, the manager going in another, Paratici going in another. And all we want is our football club back. Tequila knows this. I am so disillusioned with my football club at the moment. I'm disillusioned with Tottenham Hotspur, and it breaks my heart to be disillusioned with the club. I'm disillusioned with the players. The only reason I turn up every week to do watch-alongs, A, is because of my love for the club, and B, because of our subscribers and this channel. If I didn't have this channel, I wouldn't be bothered watching Tottenham Hotspur at the moment. Wouldn't bother me. I am so disillusioned with everything that's going on. And until that major fix is fine, until we can find what is broken and we can fix it, then I think we'll start getting the club back. But it doesn't matter. Changing the players, changing the manager, nothing's ever going to be fixed until the owners are gone. And I think that is the main stumbling block. Don't care about what they say. Words are cheap. It's about putting action into place, showing us you care, show us you want to make us successful, show us you want to make us a championship winning side. Then back the manager. Come out and say, well, we're going to back you in January. We're going to back you in summer. Why haven't you sacked Basuma yet for what he was doing? That would be a big statement for me. If they come out and said, right, Basuma, Tottenham Hotspur have today announced that we've cancelled Basuma's contract. That'd be a big thing for me.
At the moment, look, regardless of what he's done, Basuma, he's still got inherent value. That is underlining everything that he's got value. Even if they sold him for 10 million, it's value, it's money in the kitty. And that's the reason why they haven't just pulled his contract. He's gone at the moment. He's away, and he's gone to.
Is he gone to African nations? Gone? Is it gone?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll stay there. Maybe he'll stay there.
Maybe.
Him and Papsar, they're not available for next
tomorrow.
Thing.
Is it 3 weeks
for the next? Yeah, about depending on how far we're going with the competition, up to 3 to 4 weeks, up to a month.
Yeah,
late January.
Before we get into the stats of tomorrow's game, guys, and all that, Tequila and James, one question before we move on to Bud. On what is the one thing you want, even if it's Enoch or the new owners, what is the one thing you want them to fix with Tottenham? One thing only. I don't know who wants to go first, but what's the one thing you want them to fix?
Oh, Enoch?
No, whoever owns the club. Say hypothetically, we get new owners come in and they buy Enoch out. What is the first thing you want them to do to fix the football club?
Purge.
Yeah.
Total purge. You know, I've said it to you before, Dermo. That's total purge.
Yeah, it'd have to be a complete strip down of the football club, everything, top to bottom.
No, I agree that. I totally agree with that. Look, guys, we are going to move on to StatSmart. Look, I love it. Shows how passionate we are about our football club, doesn't it? It shows how passionate we all are. I mean, I just want something better. This football club for me. I want to say big up to who's coming. Where is he? Where is he gone? Where you gone, bud? Where you gone? Oh, here we go. Big up to Ricky Villa. Hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing well. I'll see you in there. Your club's doing well. Villa doing very well. Big up to you, bud. Merry Christmas to you and your family, but hope you are doing well. Just say here, mentality. Somebody, Brian's put in. That's a good one. Big up tonight to Republic. Clean slate. I think he's the same as you and James and Purge. I agree.
Yeah.
See, Tequila's thoughts of burning it down. He's won me over on that, Tequila. You did win me over, bud.
I've been saying it for years, mate.
I know. It's only that. See, I'm late to the party.
It's all right. As long as you get to the party in the end, Demo, there's always room. Come and join us.
We'll squeeze you in next at bar, Demo. Don't worry.
Yeah, get your free drink.
Ricky Villa, the Spurs player, mate. Well, if
I'm going to say, why were you thinking Villa? I was thinking Ricky Villa.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's my.
Oh my days.
Sorry, it's a bitch. I know dyslexia is a bitch, and I have it. And I don't care about
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
I apologize. Let's go through the stats tomorrow. I put all this together last night. No mistakes this week, by the way, guys. There is no mistakes unless you see one pointed out. But there is no mistakes. I went through it twice last night or 3 times just to make sure there was no mistakes because there was last week. Yes, we are playing Liverpool on the 20th of December 2025 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Half 5 kickoff. But do join me and James tomorrow from 5 for the watch along, for all the build up going over the team. And we're going to do the watch along, then match reaction. So turn your volume down and leave the commentary to us to let us do the driving. And we have Tequila in the chat. He will be keeping control of the many fans that come in and watch us and putting in his positive views, won't you?
Positive,
Tequila
yeah.
in the chat.
Yep.
Yeah. We have played Liverpool 66 times. We've drawn with them 17. Spurs have had 15 wins in total, 13 at home, only 2 away. Liverpool have had 31 total wins, 22 at home and 12 away. So Liverpool, slightly better record against us. Seasons, Tottenham in 11th with 6 wins, 4 draws and 6 defeats, 0.96 XG per 90. Liverpool 7th in the league, 8 wins, 2 draws, 6 defeats, an XG per 90 of 1.65. Tottenham's form guide over the last 5 games does not make pretty reading, guys. Really only 1 win on the last 5, only a draw as well. But you can see big defeats against Arsenal, Fulham, and then that big defeat against Nottingham Forest. We did beat Brentford, by the way, the when I wasn't here. So maybe me being away is good for Tottenham. I don't know. And then we've got the 2-2 draw against Newcastle United. Liverpool, on the other hand, on a bit of a rocky road as well. But that 3-0 to Forest and match day 12. But did it get back to winning ways against West Ham, the draw at home against Sunderland, then the 3-3 draw away to Leeds. But they did win last time out, a 2-0 win at home to Brighton. And it was a good win as well. They did play well. Last 5 games, again, only 1 win in the last 5, 2-1 win at home on the 20th of September 2023. That was the game of the dodgy offside. But as you can see, plenty of heavy defeats along the way there. 4-3, 4-2, 6-3, 5-1. So rarely, not good record against Liverpool. The referee tomorrow is John Brooks, Simon Bennett and James Menwernen are the 2 assistants. Anthony Taylor is the 4th official and Stuart Atwell is VAR.
Oh, we're fucked.
We're fucked.
We're fucked.
Yeah.
We're not getting anything from VAR.
No, we're definitely not. And Anthony Taylor is the 4th official. We're totally. See, me and James, I did have to say it. James took the words out of my mouth when I read Stuart Atwell. We're fucked. That is so true. If you are going to watch it, you can watch it in UK and Ireland on Sports Main Event, Australia on Stan Sport, and USA on Peacock TV, in Canada on Fubo TV, and actually in Qatar. This is where I asked our former manager to do a little.
No, I'm not doing the voice tonight, though. Bless you.
Oh, okay.
Got to take the night off on this one.
You
Sorry,
don't know.
mate.
But if you are a prince watching from Qatar, Tequila, in your own words, if he is watching, why should he come and sponsor? We don't mind being THFC till we die, sponsored by Qatari Airways. But in your own words, Tequila, why should he come and sponsor us?
You want the Qatari prince to sponsor the channel, not the club, right? Just so I understand what you're asking me here.
Yeah, our channel. Yeah.
Because we need really good PCs, don't we, Dermo? Firstly,
Yeah,
we need
do.
quality PCs. James needs a new laptop. We'll get him state of the art, and we'll make everything amazing and better. And
we need a studio.
We'll get Comdo another. Get yours now. A completely different kind of advert that will advertise the Qatari and whatever it is they want to sell us.
Get your first class now.
Exactly. And we'll pay him loads of money to do it, and then we can all have a laugh.
Yeah. So if you are watching and you do fancy after that brilliant pitch by our mate Tequila, who is best mates with Ange, by the way, he does pop in now and again. Do give us a call. You know, we're willing and waiting. Our joint. Yeah, this is it. David Clark's right. Especially with me, my joints do need oiling. You are right, David. So that is spot on. Yeah.
Joints oiled now. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There's the new thing. The injury crisis is Kulu knee, Madison knee, Draxon knee, Taki foot, Basuma at the ANC. I have made a mistake. No, I haven't. African Nations Championship. There you go. That's it. And your doggy is out with his hamstring. I'm not showing the predicted lineup because that's coming live tomorrow. Looking forward to doing that for you guys. Look, we're going to wrap up the show, guys. It's been a great show. Thank you all for coming. Score predictions, and where do you think, who's going to be the main player for you tomorrow? Sorry, one more question. It's on my list of questions. I've got to ask this. Salah, the Salah thing. Where I've got two different Liverpool questions. One different for you, James. This is one for you, Tequila. Salah. Where are you on Salah? Do you think Salah is still at Liverpool next year? Or do you think Slot will be there next year? Because both managers are under a bit of pressure, aren't they, at the moment?
I think both could be gone, actually. I think Salah, now's the time to sell Salah if they want to get any of their money back, because he's going to start, he's still obviously a very good player, but he is coming to the end. And barring, I think Liverpool are way too, they're not going to win a title now. And I think their fans, just like most of us, thought they were going to walk it this season. So I'm not sure Slot survives that. Even if they were to go on a crazy run and like finish second, I can't see them probably winning it. I think they're too far behind. I think now probably to win the title. So I'm not sure Liverpool would have taken anything other than a title win. So it might already be that he's already technically kind of screwed, no matter what.
I agree, and I think with Salah as well. I think Dinu did sell him. I do agree with that. James, tactically, you're on the tactical genius on this channel. You know everything about tactics more than I know about mince pies, how to make them. But if you're Thomas Frank tomorrow, and you're sitting in your little manager's office tonight with you got your assistants around you, please do not have a committee meeting tomorrow and trying to make a decision. Just fucking make a decision and stand by it. Get that does. How are you going to beat Liverpool? How are you going to tactically? How should Tottenham start up tomorrow?
James, you have to say, make sure that the team bus doesn't get to the stadium and then win by forfeit.
Yeah. Someone pulls the engine out of the Liverpool team bus.
Yeah.
Some dodgy lasagna in the hotel the night before. I mean, there's plenty of ways. I mean, if we're getting a Qatari in, a Qatari prince coming to look after the channel, I mean, I'll gladly take a few of his millions and pay a hitman.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? There's plenty of ways to win, to beat Liverpool.
Right, can we just get back to the tactics side of it? How do we tactically beat Liverpool? Instead of playing the video game Hitman.
Okay, so how I would do it, I would basically set up how I've set you my team lineup, Dermo. I would basically set up as a 4-2-3-1. I would drop players that need to be dropped, bring players in that need to be brought in. I mean, if anybody is interested, and them are not going to be available, I can do a little spoiler and tell you what my lineup's going to be.
It's a surprise for tomorrow. I've just seen it. You need to leave it. It's interesting. It is really interesting.
Yeah, it really is. And I think that shape, how I've built that shape as well, Dermo, is how they should be sitting.
I agree. I like that. I really like that.
Because it creates balance within the team. Do you know what I mean? It creates balance. The only one thing I've just realised in myself is the two middlemen. I'm not going to say the names. The two middlemen, they should have been swapped over.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. That guy should be on the left-hand side, and the other guy should be on the right-hand side, slightly deeper. But anyway, look, watch the thingy. But how we tactically do it, it's exploit the weaknesses that Liverpool have in their wing-back position. That's how we've got to. That's how we're going to win. In my opinion, we've got to exploit Liverpool's weakness, and Liverpool's weakness at the moment is at the back. and that's where we've got. That is what we've got to do. We've got to exploit it. Queenie, Ellie, I will order a huge lasagna to be delivered to the Liverpool hotel, with a little flag of Liverpool FC on it saying, "Good luck tomorrow, boys."
Yeah. Big
You
up
never
to you,
walk
Ellie.
alone.
Yeah.
Thanks
It's been
very
too
much.
long, Ellie. We need to catch up. It's been too long, Ellie. Ellie, the queen, who's
But-
been there. Yeah. So one question on your tactics, James. Just one question. If you saying how you're setting up then, and you've got your
Yes.
sort of midfield how it is, and where Shabby is, and Kudos, and
whoa, you're telling everybody in my team.
well, Kudos is in my team too. So there you go. We know who's going to play. Oh no, is he wearing Africa? No, he's not. Is he?
No,
They didn't qualify.
no.
Then isn't who we start up front the most important team, the most thing in this team tomorrow? Because we need somebody up there who's going to be scoring the goals. And you're stuck between Morani and
I was about to say, Dema, who's this magical person who's going to do this? Who's this
Robbie
magical
Keane.
striker that we've got? Robbie Keane.
We're
You know what?
asking Robbie
You
Keane
know
to
what?
come back in.
Get Defoe. Defoe's in on good terms with the club. Tell him to lace his boots up.
Yeah. I believe there is a German fellow who's pretty decent terms with the football club as well. What's his name now? Oh yeah, Klinsmann. Might be a bit old now. Might not have the legs on him, but I reckon he can do some business.
Bring Harry home. That's all I'm going to say. Bring Harry home. I don't know where Dave is going with this, but are you going to give the players cigarettes after the games and go and lie down in their beds outside the stadium? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're all asthmatic, so
yeah. I mean, Ellie loves it. Ellie's loving that. But Brett, let's use it. Guys, score predictions. What are you going for? The key. What are you going for, bud?
I think it'll be like 4-1 to Liverpool. Maybe 5.
I think going to be a heavy scoring game. I think 5-2 Liverpool.
3-1 Tottenham. I notice everyone's. Can we have the tumbleweed again, please? Because that's just
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for 3-1 Tottenham. I look. I don't know why. I just have this in my heart. I can never back my team to lose. I know you two are right. You're right to go with the scoreline. You're right. You're sensible. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Look, that breaks me. Saying it breaks me. But if I'm being honest, and that's what this show is about. If we're gonna, I could sugarcoat it. I could sugarcoat it and say, "Oh yeah, we're going to come out and win 2-0." No, I can't do that. I've got to be honest. It's a brutal, honest assessment. It's our pre-game thoughts, and my pre-game thoughts is for 5-2 Liverpool.
Look, I'm delusional. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm passionate about my team. I'm passionate about the club. I just never look. You're right. Probably will lose. My head's telling me we're going to lose, but I never use my head. I always go with my heart. And my heart tells me it's going to be a Spurs win. But if we do turn up tomorrow, then players need to take a hard look at themselves if they do turn up tomorrow. Because if we turn up tomorrow and we didn't turn up last Sunday, then questions seriously have to be asked. But do join us tomorrow, guys. We've got the player lineup coming out, predicted lineup show live coming to you tomorrow as a little match day bundle. Then we've got 5. Me and James are bringing you all the latest from White Hart Lane. Tequila will be at the game in the Hurricane box. He will be reporting from there, sitting with Viv and Vinay.
I'm taking that free meal that they were going to give you, mate. I'm taking it.
Yeah, you're getting it now. And me and James will be on, I think, afterwards for match reactions as well. That'll be only a 15-minute show. Sunday, there will be a player rating show. And then we are... I think then we're off. Then Sunday, then Monday. We're not on Monday. We have Monday off, but Tuesday we have we've got the Irish Lads Talk Spurs podcast, and then I think Sav is coming on Tuesday evening, and then Wednesday, Christmas Eve, we've got a show around 4 for an hour. And then, guys, we are off then to after Christmas. We'll be back on the 28th. Now, yeah, tumbleweeds. Thanks. Now, for the
I
match
wondered how
days,
long.
yeah, I just didn't cop. Now, for the match days,
That's our new signing, is it? Tumbleweed.
tumbleweed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a new
Signing.
son.
Yeah.
Now, for the matches against Crystal Palace and the matches on New Year's Day, the Crystal Palace one, there will be a predicted lineup. I'm going to pre-record that next week before Christmas, so it will go out probably St. Stephen's Day or the day before the game, so there will be one. And then on the 20, is it the 29th we play Palace or the 28th? And get confused.
I believe it's the 29th. I'll just try and confirm it.
Yeah. Because there's no games on St. Stephen's Day this year, or Boxing Day for you guys over there, which I think is an absolute.
No, it's the 20. It's the 28th. It's the 28th. We play
28th.
Crystal Palace.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me get
4:30
my
kickoff.
picture. Yeah, it's Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the, let me get this right. So 28th. So on the 27th, they will be a predicted lineup out for you guys, and then on the 28th be all the match day stuff. It is a 4:30 kickoff, so we'll be on from 4:00 on Sunday, and then we don't have another game onto the 1st of January, 8:00 away to Brentford. And between the 28th of December and the 10th of January, there's a game every 2 days. So we are going to be very busy, guys, with match day stuff coming to you. But look, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Please like, please subscribe. It really means a lot to us. Tequila, I know you don't only do this. You have a fantastic gaming channel called The Play Pouch. You've got some great stuff coming out over Christmas period. I'm really looking forward to watching it, bud.
Cheers,
Tell
mate.
me a bit more about it and about your gaming channel, bud.
It's just gaming channel for by me and a couple of my mates. He's there, a couple of 40-year-old nerds who like video games. There's going to be 3 shows, all going to be pre-recorded, so all done before Christmas. Planning on releasing Christmas Eve, I think, and then there'll be one after, maybe the 27th, 28th, and then there'll be one on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I haven't decided yet. It'll just be covering the best games of this year, the worst games of this year, and then lastly, the most anticipated games for next year. So what we're all hoping that we can get our hands on, if they don't get delayed, which seems to be so many games nowadays, Demo. Everything gets delayed.
It does. And me and James do own a gaming channel. Believe me, we do. But we actually do. We do. Now, there will be a stream out Tuesday evening. Tequila and Alan from the Play Pouch are coming on. We're going to talk about end of the year gaming, what games we're looking forward to the year. But James, you and me will be doing a bit in the new year. I think I think now, because I got a PS5 for Christmas, I got it early. I'd be able to do a lot of streaming from my couch and just sticking the headphones in and not bring myself up on camera, but I'm going to talk as I'm doing it. So it's going to make my life a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable. But we're going to have F1 coming up there, a load of EA Sports coming up. Football Manager is going to make a massive return. That is James's baby. So he's going to do that. For me, it's be more about Formula One and the new James Bond game, which I cannot wait to do. Maybe do that. Maybe get Alan as a guest to talk to me about that. But Tuesday, Double Dome Gaming, join myself, Tequila, and Alan for that. Tequila, I'm looking forward to that, bud. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, it makes it change from we're talking about Spurs. You can talk about games and games we like and stuff like that. Just to freshen up.
We're all massive gamers, and I'm 48 and 49 in February. So
never too old to be a gamer, Dermo.
But do watch out in the new year. A lot of stuff coming from me and James. We are going to start putting out a lot more content on there and on here as well. Guys, do us a favor. We'd love to get to 3,060. We'd love to get to 2,400 by Christmas. Come on. We're only, what are we away, Tequila?
2,000, you're 50 away.
We're 50 away from 2,400. Come on. Hit that subscribe. Hit that like. Before James falls asleep. For Tequila.
I ain't falling asleep.
You're not doing the Donald Trump then, falling asleep on the job then, no?
No, I was reading.
Yeah. And before Tequila has to go and say goodnight to Nurse Linda.
No, I think Ange might be coming for you, Dermo. He just messaged me. He wants to say something in a sec. I'll let you do your bit first.
So listen, guys, do like and subscribe. We're back tomorrow. Join us for the match day festivities. Do join us for the last game before Christmas. But as always, we always let Ange have his last say. He's flown in from Australia just to give his word before he leaves. Ange, thank you for joining us again, live from where are you tonight, Ange? Where are you phoning us from?
I'm standing outside that Rat Tequila's place right now with a baseball bat, mate. Me and 4 of my kangaroos. They're gonna eat well tonight, mate.
Right. But what do you want to tell us before we go?
That tequila, right? He called me a clown, mate. I ain't no clown. I tell you, if I was managing Spurs this weekend, we wouldn't be losing 10-0. We'd lose 20-0, just to be honest.
Oh, good night.